the rocks, pebbles, and sand. One day, a philosophy professor entered the classroom carrying a large, empty jar. He placed the jar on the table in front of the students and began filling it with large rocks until the jar was full. Then he asked the students, "Is the jar full now?" The students answered in the affirmative. Next, the professor took a handful of small pebbles and poured them into the jar, filling the spaces between the large rocks. He asked again, "Is the jar full now?" And the students once more answered in the affirmative. After that, the professor took a bag of sand and poured it into the jar, and the sand filled the small gaps between the rocks and pebbles. He asked once again, "Is the jar full now?" The students answered again that it was. Finally, the professor took a cup of water and poured it into the jar. The sand absorbed the water and filled the remaining small gaps. The professor asked the students, "What lessons can we learn from this experiment?" One student replied, "No matter how full our lives are, there is always room for more." The professor laughed and said, "That's true, but there's a deeper lesson here. The large rocks represent the important things in our lives like family, health, and friends. The pebbles represent less important things like work and hobbies. The sand represents the small daily details and tasks. If we fill the jar first with sand, there will be no room for the large rocks or pebbles.